greetings. It is I, Tantus Van Dracovin, Lord and Emperor of the Dracovin Empire, and welcome. It is time to continue my discussion of the lands, legends, planes, and planeswalkers of Magic the Gathering, where I take some of these elements and introduce you to them to help bring about the world settings of Magic the Gathering directly into your mind. Let's start this week with a legend I do want to talk about. Baron Sengir. Now, Baron Sengir is an ancient vampire of unknown age who originally came from Dominaria. He is known as a vampire lord, a dark power within the plane of Ulgrotha. He is ruler of an area known as Dark Barony from his castle Sengir, aptly named after himself. His origins in Ulgrotha are only thing that we know about. We don't know about his time in Dominaria. But once he came to Ulgrotha, he was brought there in the midst of a planeswalker duel, drawn in as part of this duel, and basically became stuck in Ulgrotha. He made the best of this, though. He founded the Dark Barony, a twisted, cursed land where there's only eternal night, where the sun never rises, where those that are the citizens there were actually kidnapped for other places in Ulgrotha, brought there in his journey to form his land. Unfortunately for them, they don't escape. Why? Because the Baron has promised if even one of them escapes, he will slaughter 10 of them. So very, very few even attempt to escape with fear of getting others of theirs killed, and should another one learn of your plan, they're more than likely going to stop you themselves to keep people safe. So you can see the cycle that has been existing here. Fear. The Baron's ultimate goal is to conquer Ulgrotha, and he has done such great things. He has conquered the Castle of the Morning Light. He has conquered the subterranean city of New Freedom from the dwarfs. He has had some successes. As for the dwarfs, he has shown them the ultimate insult upon conquering their city. He took the Dwarven King's daughter and changed her into a vampire. He renamed her Irina Sengir, made her his adopted daughter in a way. But this isn't the only one he's brought into his family. He discovered, deep and imprisoned within Ulgrotha, Ravi, the Mad Planeswalker, an ancient Tolarian Planeswalker who, with all the processes of that, everything that had happened in her history, was driven mad. He freed Ravi and gave her the new name, Grandmother Sengir, his grandmother. She was pleased with him. And Grandmother Sengir did a great gift to the Baron. She taught him all the magic she knows. Many of them. So much of Baron Sengir's magic powers has come from his grandmother. Now his greatest servant is Vendelain of Sengir, most loyal to him. And he is also known to have made a deal with Aeron the Relentless. Basically, the deal with Aeron was that he would supply food and supplies to the villagers that lived in his terrain, help them to survive. And in turn, he would not allow his forces, his minions, to bother with Cossum Keep. Basically, Aeron sold out probably the rest of the plane in order to protect his own land, became subservient to the Baron. So the Baron has been known to launch attacks on the territory of Ison, basically to instill fear into them, to help soften them up. This does not mean he's without threats. He has seen the Planeswalker Sarah. He also basically met her, but he also saw Pharaohs when the two of them were on the plane. He warned both of them to stay out of his business. Whatever he was doing on Ulgrotha was his to do, and it was not for the Planeswalkers to meddle. Now it was after this that he managed to encounter a paladin of Sarah, and basically corrupt that paladin to a shade, Ishan. With this act, though, he stopped attacking Ison. He saw this as an opportunity with this destabilization that he's caused in it, that perhaps between the very city-states of this territory, civil war might break out. Things might break down. He caused enough damage. He didn't have to risk any more of his forces. He would let them break apart. Now, after the death of Pharaohs, he actually went to Sarah. He used Sarah's guilt against her and convinced her that her place upon this plane was a detriment to it, convinced her to leave the plane itself, which she did, never return. And it's unsure how he knew this, but he did know of when she finally passed away. He knew of the death of Sarah. How? Again, it's unknown exactly. Perhaps Ravi. Now, deep under his castle, he's discovered the Dwarven Gate. He is unsure what this is, but with some visions from the Autumn Willow, it is suspected to be some kind of planar gate. The Autumn Willow has seen a vision of the Baron leading an army through the gate to invade another world. She sees this and fears the power of the Baron. But the Baron has been focused on conquering Ulgrotha. He still has not completed it. It is his ultimate goal to do this, to complete this. But as more recent knowledge has been revealed about what is going on in Ulgrotha, he may have succeeded. An army of vampires has been seen outside Castle Sengir as of 4505 AP. Perhaps this is a signal that the Baron himself has completed his mission and finally conquered the plane for his own. Now, the Baron was depicted in a card in the Homeland set, the set that told the story of Ulgrotha, and he has a number of quotes and other cards that have him on it. So, that's it for today. I've introduced you to Baron Sengir, an interesting character, a powerful vampire lord that keeps the Sengir name, a group of vampires from Dominaria, who we would recognize in the Sengir Vampire, who's always had some popularity. He was truly their ruler, and he created a twisted family underneath him within this realm of Ulgrotha, within the dark barony which he created, within the halls of Castle Sengir. He's an interesting villain that Magic has not revisited much since then. They don't really look to him. But I could see an opportunity. Ulgrotha, Homelands. It's not a very important place to revisit it. The set was basically a bomb. Why should the setting come back? But the Dwarven Gate still exists. So perhaps somewhere, in some other plane, an army of vampires from the plane of Ulgrotha can come out. Led by the Baron himself, returning to the scene as a new villain, an interdimensional invader. Different from ones in the past, maybe not as grand as the Eldrazi, or as powerful as Nicobolas, but still one quite as dangerous. An army of vampires from a plane. Might be something not to scoff at. But regardless, if you have any questions, comments, anything you want to say, anything you think I left out, please leave in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. It shows your support of the channel, the Empire, the work I do. If you want to show some extra support, go check out my Patreon, link description below. If you want to see some other great Magic content, I can recommend my 3 Friends of the Multiverse, Card Bazaar, They Said We Said, and Tasty Snackies. They do some great Magic content that I would recommend checking out. I even will be having a cameo this Friday with some of the stuff that They Said We Said is doing. So you should check that out. Some great things he does there with people in the Magic community. But regardless, until the next time, I bid you farewell.